Welcome to the Week 13 NFL Power Rankings. The curse wheels on a 2-game win streak, curse streak, taking down the Chargers and Chiefs. Oh God, it's coming for the AFC West, isn't it? Today, I'm ranking the top NFL teams, and I will spin the wheel at the end of the show to see which team it wants to curse this week. But let's start where we always do. In heaven, Will Levis, who is the only quarterback in NFL history to have an 8-sack game and throw a pick six twice. He's done that twice. And he's only one of 3 quarterbacks in NFL history to take 8 or more sacks, throw a pick six, and win a football game. If that's not a heavenly performance, I don't know what is. In purgatory, any team that has to play the Browns or Bengals. Shit, that's my team. In hell, all of us. Looking at Stephen A. Smith dressed like this on Monday Night Football. Stephen A., a Steve B. tried to warn you about this, for Christ's sake. He showed you exactly what not to do. Now, people forget that...
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
This is from 30 Rock, which is also fitting, because 30 Rocks is exactly what you need to smoke to think this was a good idea. The Bills were on a bye, so they will not be in the power rankings today. My most improved team is going to the Carolina Panthers, who are no longer the most hopeless team in the NFL. Bryce Young might have actually benefited from his hiatus on the bench. And I have to hand it to Dave Canales for making something out of a god-awful situation and knowing exactly when to injure Andy Dalton's thumb with that car accident. Accident my ass. Number 12, the Texans. Get your shit together, Houston. The Texans are, believe it or not, scoring more points per game than they were a year ago, but they're also giving up a few more points per game on average. A big reason for that is CJ Stroud is, he's more than doubled his interception rate from a year ago, as well as just about every efficiency rate taking a dip. Houston had 11 penalties in their loss to the Titans, were dominated in time of possession. Mixon didn't get enough carries because of that, and the Texans are the second most penalized team in the NFL, 92 penalties for 754 yards. Simply put, Houston is doing a lot of little things a little more poorly, and it's adding up. And to make things more frustrating, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson are also both top 5 in sacks this season. About 20 slight corrections, and you'll be back in it, Houston. Coming in at 11.5, the Buccaneers. Baker is good, yes. Mike Evans is back, yes. And congrats, Mike, on becoming the NFL's all-time leader in defensive pass interference yards. But I want to talk about Bucky Irving. It's time to unleash him and give him his first 20-carry game. Tampa has a trio of backs, right? Bucky, Rachaad White, and Sean Tucker, who had an insane game against the Saints. They have all flashed at times, but I think you do this offense a disservice by not putting the load on Bucky. Take your load off, Annie. Take a load for free and put your load right on, Bucky. Number 11. The Chargers. You're officially back to being a true wide receiver number 1, away from me taking you seriously. Ladd McConkey, been everything you could have hoped for. He's now second in receiving yards for all rookies. But if you don't aggressively overpay T. Higgins this offseason, Sean Payton and Walmart will. We all know what happened on Monday night. I do not want to pile on Quentin Johnston because I honestly feel bad for him. Luckily, Oregon produces quarterbacks who know how to cover their teammates' asses.
I can give him better placement, better balls, and it's on all of us. It's not just on him, it's on me for the way I got to deliver him the ball. I got to make sure that we're all on the same page.
And now that we know J.K. Dobbins' knee injury is a sprained knee, we can relax a bit. He will miss some time, but should return. Unfortunately, after Dobbins left the game, the Chargers' offense never functioned the same. LA also gave up over 200 rushing yards to the Ravens, and only 15 of those came from Lamar Jackson. Their continued success for the Chargers relies on stopping the run and running the ball correctly. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like football. We just crossed 663,000. I would love to get to 700,000 by the end of the season. But I'm gonna need your help. Just like I'm gonna need your help with my sponsor, Underdog. Starting today, Underdog is offering a smattering of profit boosts, discount tokens, and gimme picks for Turkey Day and through the weekend. You have 4 days to take advantage of all of those bonuses. And if you do, just use my code THAT'SGOOD when you sign up at Underdog. These are my Thanksgiving picks. I went higher on Goff, Waddle, Love, Gibbs, and Jonnu to continue his touchdown streak. You can play with me or against me. 3,611 of you have used my code. We are on a mission to hit 10,000 signups, so Underdog has to pay me that million, and I believe we can do it. Thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who has signed up. I can't tell you how much that helps this channel. If you used my code, just make sure to take advantage of Underdog's Feast Week for the holidays. Number 10, Steelers. Why are the Steelers so low, you might be asking? Guys, I don't trust Russell Wilson. Thursday was the kind of game I watched too many times in 2023. Box score? Hey, looks pretty good. 270 yards in bad weather, a touchdown pass, a couple dimes. Russ is not the problem. Wrong. 4 sacks, another fumble, and an offense that died in the red zone repeatedly. You cannot have your best scorer be your kicker and expect to make it to the Super Bowl, Pittsburgh. Sure, Brandon McManus did that for the Broncos in 2015, but Russ is not an injured Peyton Manning. And the Steelers' next 6 games are Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals. It will be a miracle if they finish 3-3 down the stretch. Number 9, the Dolphins. The Dolphins' defense has been playing well despite having just 21 sacks on the season. Calais Campbell and Zach Sealer lead the team with 4 sacks each. The Dolphins allow the 9th fewest rushing yards per game at 106.9 and the 8th fewest passing yards per game. Oh, and Tua just leads the NFL in completion percentage. Now the Dolphins need some luck and an insane win streak, but hey, it could happen.
Hey, it could happen.
I just said that, Michael. Number 8, the Seahawks. Mark Sanchez said this about Devin Witherspoon.
Come on, man. That's one of the best football players I've ever seen. I mean, it's not even close. This dude is a monster. The dude's nasty, bro.
And it's always wise to listen to Mark Sanchez right around Thanksgiving. And that's high praise, considering Sanchez was on the same team as prime Darrelle Revis. What Sanchez is referring to is Witherspoon's ability to, do everything. He can cover with the best of them. He can play in the box for run support, blitz, whatever you want. He doesn't have any picks this season, which is why he's flying under the radar, but he also hasn't given up a touchdown. And as the D-line evolves and stays healthy, he will get a few picks before the season ends. Plus, he was the reason Kyler Murray threw that interception, that pick 6 to Kobe Bryant on Sunday by spinning off a block and putting pressure in Murray's face. Number 7, the Broncos. Don't blink. My fuck boys are climbing the list. I've glazed Bo Nix enough over the last month, I could sell his ass to Krispy Kreme. Here's a crazy metric that I didn't know anyone tracked. The Broncos have the best sack differential in the league. Nobody handles a sack like my Broncos. We are the sack masters. That means our team leads the league in sacks with 44, and our offensive line's only allowed 19 sacks. So that's a plus 25 sack differential, which puts the Broncos ahead of Tyreek Hill and Phillip Rivers in sack differential. It's happened slowly, but Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix are clicking, and Sutton is now the 9th leading receiver for yards, just behind Amon-Ra. This is actually more of a Bo Nix stat, though, because in terms of yak, Sutton ranks 40th in the NFL with just 142. That means 602 of his receiving yards this year are all air yards from Bo Nix's bodacious arm. Number 6, the Vikings.
New man on the Minnesota Vikings.
That's right. Welcome Dan Jones. This is a good pickup for a backup. They improved their backup quarterback situation. It's been trendy to call the Vikings a fraudulent 9-2, but they still have outscored their opponents by 77 points this year. Remember 2 years ago when they went 13-4 with a point differential of -3? That was fraudulent. That was. This team is not. This has been widely viewed as a down year for Justin Jefferson, even though he's still going to end up somewhere around 1,300 or 1,400 yards. And if TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison can keep going off like they did last week, you can no longer double or triple team Jefferson like the Bears were doing. I think people don't trust Minnesota because we don't trust Sam Darnold. And for good reason. His worst game came against the Jaguars. Who does that shit, Sam? But the last 2 weeks, Close to 600 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, no picks from Gekbus. Gekbus is back. Number 5, the Packers. I'm placing the Packers at 5 over the Vikings because Green Bay beat the Bears in regulation. Minnesota needed extra time to get the job done. And we've given Jordan Love a lot of shit for his interceptions, which is fair, but his 18 passing touchdowns tied with Josh Allen, and Love's only played in 9 games this season. Here's a stat Packers fans will love, though. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 100 more passes this season, and he has 17 TDs. 1 less than Love. Ooh, 1 less than Love. That sounds like a great Valentine's Day Hallmark movie. Number 4, the Chiefs. At no point did I ever really consider that the Chiefs would lose to the Panthers. And in case you think I'm getting soft, fuck you, Kansas City. Number 3, the Ravens. The good Ravens returned for Monday Night Football. Remember when Jameis Winston had that 33 touchdown, 30 interception season? I do. It was hilarious. Lamar Jackson has 30 total touchdowns and 3 picks, which makes him exactly 10 times better than Jameis Winston. Here's the craziest part. All of Lamar Jackson's interceptions this season have hit the hands of his ball catchers first. Now, the one to Mark Andrews may have been a little bit high and outside, so I think I can put one of those picks on Lamar. If the announcer, though, says,
drops it in the bucket, caught by Hill.
That pick's not on your quarterback. My point, Lamar's been safe with the ball. He's been double wrapping that shit all year. He's first in every single passing category, so maybe John Harbaugh, why don't you give Robert Saleh a call? Because I would love to credit the Ravens defense for holding Herbert to 218 passing yards. But if Johnston doesn't drop those 3 balls, Herbie probably hits 300. The Ravens can dominate any game, and they can literally lose any game. They are the volatile Lions. Number 2, the Eagles. And you earn that shit the hard way. Nick Sirianni, I think, has too much bro in his DNA for people to respect him as a head coach. That bro gene has had people unfairly hating on him since the day he was hired. Yet, through 50 games as an NFL head coach, he trails just John Madden, Vince Lombardi, and George Allen in win percentage. Philly is on a 7-game win streak, and they are, in my opinion, the only team in the NFC that can hang with the Lions right now. Saquon Barkley has surpassed Derrick Henry as the league's rushing leader, and Saquon hasn't had his bye week yet. Barkley and Henry are the only 2 players in the league averaging 6 and 6.2 yards per carry. If Philly wins the Super Bowl and they have a shot, Barkley will go down as one of the most valuable free agent signings ever. And with Philly, first we were treated to exciting whites. Now we have Guantanamo Bay. Philly might have the most fun secondary in the NFL right now. And yep, number 1, the Lions. So in my haze of cough syrup and lack of sleep, I made a mistake in winners and losers. The Detroit Lions touchdown streak is now at 25 games, not 24. Regardless, they're very good at running the football. Also, Zadarius Smith had a very solid game against the Colts, generating 5 quarterback pressures. The bad news for the Lions on a short week, they're banged up, dealing with injuries to Amon-Ra, DJ Reader, Khalif Raymond, David Montgomery, Carlton Davis, and Taylor Decker, who didn't practice Monday. I think Amon-Ra's tracking to play, as well as Montgomery. The good news, rookie corner Terrion Arnold returned to practice, and assuming he can keep the penalties to a minimum, that will be a nice boost to a secondary that's played very well in his absence. And Brian Branch gets a ton of love, but Kirby Joseph has 7 interceptions and is allowing a quarterback passer rating of just 13.5 when targeted, which is the lowest for any defensive back right now. All right, let's do it. Let's spin the old curse wheel. We still love ya. Oh, yeah, we love you, curse wheel. Oh, we do love you, curse wheel. Good devil. I don't remember which way to spin it, but who cares? Don't forget, Black Friday sale, benchwarmershop.com, 30% off with code Devil Magic. Devil Magic. That's the promo code, Devil Magic. Benchwarmer Shop. Shirts, coffee, 30% off. Come on. Come on, curse wheel. I don't even want to look. I'm not even going to look until it lands. Okay, I hear it slowing down. It's really going. Oh, it's going backwards. Oh, fuck you. No. Oh, God, I said it's coming for the AFC West, too. This is the Broncos.
Oh, God, it's coming for the AFC West, isn't it?
Why would you do that to me? Are you just trying to test my faith in you? Oh, I swear to God, if we lose to the Browns on Monday night. Oh, shit, guys. That's not good. That's not good at all. Ah, fuck. Whatever, subscribe, I guess. Why did I do this? Why did I make this thing?